Well, it's finally here. Since March of 2023, Nickelodeon has broadcasted the inaugural Kids' Choice Awards, where we see yet again another SpongeBob win. But that's not important. This time it's on Nickelodeon. This time, what is so different about Nickelodeon right now is that they have adapted a new logo. Think it's very familiar? No. It's the iconic Splat logo. Though it's not really as crazy as the last two previous ones, but here we go. So it was actually announced as part of Nickelodeon's global rebranding. It was revealed that Nickelodeon is going back into the nostalgic rebrand, as they are expanding the nostalgic rebrand. The network rolled out in May 10th to its preschool audience, rolling out new assets in Nickelodeon's morning preschool segment on July 4th, also known as the 4th of July, Independence Day. Nickelodeon's preschool dedicated Nick Jr. brand will adopt the full rebrand in September this year. The packaging rebranding will feature a playroom theme complete with a new neon-toned palette with Nickelodeon's recognizable orange splat at its center and hints of Nick's signature green slime around the edges. The rebrand will include a new Nick Jr. logo, new graphics, and animated idents. So, recently, it was actually revealed that Nick Jr. is actually going to get a rebrand after the long-standing years of the standard 2009 logo. And ever since May 21st, 2018, the Nick Jr. block and channel began calling themselves Nick Jr. on Nick, and the Nick Jr. channel. They refreshed its new imaging with new bumpers and curriculum boards. But ever since November 12th of 2018, the Nick Jr. block reverted back to using the regular Nickelodeon name for the screen bug, and later in advertising. However, the Nick Jr. name would continue to be retained in the refreshed bumpers and curriculum boards on Nick Jr. on Nick. Up until 5 years later in 2023, when Nickelodeon got a new rebrand, now adapting the iconic Splat logo, a new upgraded one, the modernized Splat logo was introduced. And since then, everybody was really driven mad that everybody think that Nickelodeon would never bring back the iconic Splat. Though it's not the same like it is from the 2000s, but it's still a good step in the right direction for Nickelodeon at this point. The new Splat logo already debuted part of the day the Kids' Choice Awards premiered. And when that happened, we adapted brand new idents and new bumpers. As summer approached, Nickelodeon is also going to try to expand the nostalgic rebrand into its sister network, Nick Jr. since 1988. So the new redesign will feature, yes, you already know about the information I just rolled out. So what are going to be the new idents for Nick Jr.? I don't know. However, what we do know is that the Nick Jr. block already rebranded, now having the Nickelodeon Splat logo in its place. So the Nick Jr. on nickname has officially kicked the bucket after 5 years. And this will also affect the Ready to Play rebrand, also known as Modern Era 3.0. After long-standing 5 years of everybody disliking the era and marking the official discontinuation of it. So we finally got some peace at last. But what's gonna be entailing for other Nickelodeon sister channels, Nicktoons, T-Nick, or Nick at Night? Because ever since they rebranded, they went all downhill. Nick at Night mostly because they've been declining throughout the 2010s, and they lost most of their shows, and they now only air a few shows. Friends and Mike and Molly from Warner Brothers Animation. They lost rights to George Lopez, Full House, Young Sheldon, Hanging with Mr. Cooper, and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air ever since during the years. They also lost the rights to air 20th Century Fox shows. Sad, I know. They also used to air That 70s Show. I think so. They also had other golden ages of television shows on Nick at Night, and I think that was also the redeeming factor information of it. So my opinion about Nick Jr. rebranding, well, I'm okay with it. Despite it's not going to be, I hope this new logo will actually be good. Though when I saw a thumbnail of the new Nick Jr. logo, it actually had just like Nickelodeon. They are adapting the Splat logo. However, what's different is that it's going to be a balloon front of it. However, the Nickelodeon's preschool segment during the morning hours, the Nick Jr. name is officially gone. Yeah, it's all gone. With the Nickelodeon Splat logo being in its place. So once again, the block basically became Nick Playdate 2.0 once again, or as I affectionately call it, Nick Playtime. So it's just like 2009 when the original Nick Jr. segment was rebranded as Nickelodeon's Playdate. It wouldn't be until later on in 2014, last decade, when Nick Playdate / Nick the Smart Place to Play was rebranded back to the Nick Jr. name, while retaining to use the Nickelodeon name for the screen bug during the block. Now, what would that entail for everyone else? What would that entail? What about Nick at Night, T-Nick, or... Well, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen to the other sister channels. I sure hope that Nicktoons will actually be rebranded back as Nicktoons Network. Or, because honestly, it shouldn't be used as a burn-off channel anymore. It should be used as a channel dedicated to cartoons. We do see a lot of cartoons, but sadly, they got less variety right now. They do bring back some Nicktoons that ended silently on the Nicktoons Network channel, but what's going to happen is that are the schedules going to be changing if they get rebranded? Will they actually get better variety like the main Nickelodeon channel kinda? Well, we'll just have to see where it goes. So my opinion, I think I take back my earliest statement. Brian Robbins is actually doing well, despite the stupid decisions, according to some people, that he did. But honestly, who really gives a fuck? So in the end, this rebrand is actually great. However, some people said that they don't care or they're still terrible. Okay, I don't get why everybody is still up in arms about this. As newer Nickelodeon purists think, they think that Nickelodeon is going to go downhill because they are changing. What's wrong with a little change here and there? And besides, they just brought back their iconic Splat logo. Hope they will entail to do the same thing to Nick at Night. However, with a Moon Splat logo, as Nick at Night 2 was going downhill. So anyway, as I am scripting this and finding out that Nick Jr. is actually being rebranded, I'm actually satisfied, and I hope new generation of kids will actually see that. And I think the demographics who used to watch Nick Jr., who have grew up, will be telling their younger siblings about the nostalgic thing that Nickelodeon is doing. So I think doing this in the new age is actually going to affect everyone. Then again, I don't know why everybody said they don't fucking care and otherwise. So we already gotten the first few bumpers of Nickelodeon's Playtime, aka Nick Jr. on Nick. We have a Baby Shark's Big Show ident and a live action ident with an image of the Rubble and Crew promo end tag and also for the main Nickelodeon channel, I see a SpongeBob rebranding in 2D. So Nick Jr.'s bumpers are gonna have new graphics and animated idents with some live action IDs. So I think that will give a lot of variety. And I think this might be able to overtake Cartoonito, who too needs a simple change to expand, actually. Despite Cartoonito starting to fail and Cartoon Network moving down and cutting down its hours to 6 p.m., I think Nickelodeon. I think I'm going to go on Nickelodeon's side now, since I think they actually learned their lesson once and for all. So yeah, everything is all going well for Nickelodeon right now. I think this might be actually why they're refusing to bring back the iconic Splat logo, the old one. They were trying to make a new one. So, congratulations, Nickelodeon. Well done. So, what are your thoughts in the comments? Let us know what you think. Until next time, see you soon.